tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Two running backs will take the field today in hopes of leading their team to victory. It's the Buccaneers going up against the Cowboys. And with that, we're off to Big D and AT&T Stadium, where we'll say hello to our broadcasting team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys. Hi again, everybody. I'm Brandon Gaudin. To my left, as always, he's Charles Davis. And, Charles, we saw in the open, we've got a couple of great running backs in this game tonight, each capable of putting a team on his back.
And I'm excited to talk about the runners, not just the passers, who have a big hand in who's going to win this game. Both of these guys are do-it-all, can run it, can catch it. I can't wait to get this one started.
Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium. That'll be taken in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. So now we look at Jameis Winston. He takes the field, and these Bucs coming off a big win on the road. 4th win in a row as they defeated San Diego in Week 13, Charles. And a touchdown and interception, 280 yards in that game for Jameis Winston.
And let's face it, partner, it is tough to win in the NFL. I don't care who you're playing. But in those 4 wins that you just referenced, they beat Seattle at home. They beat Kansas City on the road. And I thought this past win over San Diego, that's what we call a gut check win. That's a game that you should win, but it's difficult to do on the road, and they got it done. So one more time, in Tampa, you know what they're saying? Hashtag we believe in Jameis.
They run, Martin, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. Winston gives to Martin on the draw. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Give him 10 yards on the pickup. And for Martin, a little underwhelming in his performance against San Diego. Got 17 carries, but 45 yards. Did have a touchdown, but only a 2nd of the year.
But one thing you do know, Brandon, the top running backs in the NFL are like high-performance vehicles, aren't they? And Doug Martin had a setback, had the hamstring injury, still rounding into form. But they actually need him to channel what Jacquizz Rodgers did for them earlier this year. Remember, we had back-to-back 100-yard games. For them to go as far as they want to make the playoffs and maybe even beyond, they'll need that Doug Martin back, the one who can give them 100-yard games on the ground.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. Winston on 3rd and 2. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. 1st and 10. Winston. And this is Shepard on the catch. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. Goes underneath to Martin. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
1st down, Winston. Evans has it left side. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Play fake to Martin. Now Jameis looking for someone to throw to. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect that.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And Aguayo able to knock it through. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So they get the field goal here at the end of the 2nd quarter and take the lead into the lockers.
And isn't that what every team wants to do? Right at the end of the half, put points on the board and go into the locker room feeling a lot better about themselves.
Roberto Aguayo following the made field goal, set now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, he bowls over him. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you now to Orlando and our Tiburon studios, where Larry Ridley's standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. Both the Cowboys and the Buccaneers are in a defensive battle right now. The scoring is at a minimum, so both teams have to feel like if they can put some drives together, that they'll come away with the win. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. 3rd down, inches to go. Martin's got the reception, and the play will come to an end after a gain of 25. But they end up coming away with just 3 on the drive.
Okay, Larry, thank you. Just a lone field goal in that first half. Will the offenses show up? That's now the question. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll come out in the pistol. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Prescott now on 2nd down. He's got time in the pocket. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for Terrence Williams that time, and it's 3rd down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And the box with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now Prescott. He's got time. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They try to fire up the running game with Martin. Well, now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. One receiver to the left is Evans. Now Jameis on 2nd down. He completes it to Evans. And he's eventually brought down, but not before he reaches the 39, just shy of the 40. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And now a first down following that long gain. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Winston now to throw on first down. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. So, boy, that's already the third they've burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the fourth quarter. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now a play fake to Martin. Here's Winston. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go. Winston will kneel down, and that should be your ball game. The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.